Hello friends, how are you? So I hope you all are doing great and great with your studies, great with your health. Yes, sir. Okay, let's continue with our discussion on overhead costing, chapter number 4 of Cost and Management Accounting. Okay, sir. So in the last lecture, we started with primary distribution, and I told you what is primary distribution, that it is the distribution of overheads among all the departments, whether it is a production department or whether it is a service department. So this is the first step in the distribution of overheads, right? That means we have to take these overheads from this position to this position, right? For this, we have various walls in between. So first step is to distribute all the overheads between all these departments, right? So we can enter the walls. Okay. So the various steps in primary distribution, the first is to take the direct cost of only and only service department and not production department. Second is to take all the allocated overheads, right? All those overheads which are directly identifiable with individual departments for both production and service. Then we have distribute common overheads on some reasonable basis. Clear? For this, we took some examples. Example of common overheads on reasonable basis. I hope you people have gone through it very carefully, right? So all those having the handbooks, everything is given there, nothing to worry about it, right? Just make small additions wherever you feel like you want to write something extra for your understanding, for your knowledge. You can do that. Okay. Right, sir. So what are we going to do in this lecture? So first we'll see that what is the format of primary distribution, right? We have understood this, these how to make it, the various steps. Now let's see the format for primary distribution, that how this primary distribution is done, right? We'll write it as a statement of primary distribution of overheads. Primary distribution of overheads, right? So first we need to see the format, sir. In the exam you have to follow at least the basic format, right? It is not important or it is not relevant that you have to make lines and everything like we used to do as the kids. That is not really important. ICI is not interested in that. Any professional body for that matter is not interested in that. What they are interested is that it should be at least clear to the paper checker that what you have done, right? For that you need to follow the basic format. Okay, sir. So the basic format is going to be particulars, then basis of apportionment, then total cost, right? Then you have to write the various departments. Say P1 is the production department, P2 is the production department 2, then S1 and S2, right? So these will be the headings that you have to give. First is the particulars, right? In which in particulars you will write the various overheads, right? For example, say I say the particular rent and taxes, rent and rates, right? Then you have to write the basis of apportionment. That means what have you assumed the basis, right? What do you think is the reasonable base for the apportionment of this overhead? Say it is on floor area. Then what is the total amount of rent and tax, rent rates and taxes? What is the total amount? 10,000 say. Then how you distribute? You have to distribute this 10,000 between this P1, between this P2, between this S1 and between this S2 on the basis of floor area. So this is the clear interpretation. 10,000 is the total rent rates and taxes. You have to distribute this 10,000 between all these departments P1, P2, S1 and S2 on the basis of floor area. Clear? Now, the steps that we have written, what are the steps? The steps is step 1. First you will take direct cost of what? Basis of apportionment, no need to write. Total, you can skip, right? No need to write in case of direct cost. Now, direct cost is to be taken for production and service department both. Am I correct? No, sir, you are absolutely wrong. The direct cost is to be taken only and only for service department, right? And not for production departments. Any doubts? So direct cost of only and only service department and no direct cost of production department is to be taken. Okay, after this, allocated overheads. Allocated overhead. So in the basis of apportionment, you can write it as allocated, right? Or you can leave it blank also, that is no issue. You can write the total, you can write in the production P1, P2, S1, S2, right? Allocated overheads are those overheads which are directly identifiable with individual units. Clear? Any doubts? Clear, sir, up till this point? Okay. Then we have apportioned overheads. Apportioned. What are apportioned overheads? Like this, rent and rates, you will write the basis, right? And then you will total and then apportion between P1, P2, S1 and S2, right? In the end, you will take the totals. So this is the format, the basic format which you have to follow in the examination also, right? See, doing it from examination point of view, understanding how we have to present it in the examination is equally important. Like I told you, that institute is not concerned with whether you are placing those lines and everything or not. What they want is the basic format so that the paper checker can easily understand what you have written. Right? It should be very much clear. If it is messy, then the paper checker will not, even have a look at it. Simply cross it. Go ahead. Right, sir? So this is the basic format, statement of primary distribution of overheads. So you can make it in your notebooks. Now, what to do next? Sir, in this lecture, we'll do questions on the primary distribution only. Let's see. So this question bank is available on a mobile app. Okay. In the mobile app, overhead costing has been updated. Okay, sir. Moving on. First question. Modern Machines Limited have 3 production departments, A, B and C. So there are 3 production departments, A, B and C, and 2 service departments, D and E. From the following figures extracted from the records of the company, calculate the overhead rate. Okay, forget about this overhead rate per hour. Just say calculate what? Sir, calculate total cost in primary distribution. Okay, we'll say do primary distribution. That's it. Do primary distribution. Now, these are the various overheads given to you. Indirect material, indirect wages, depreciation of machinery, depreciation of building, rent rates and taxes, electric power for machinery, electric power for lighting and journal expenses, right? So all these are what? All these are overheads given to you, right? Further, they say direct material A, B, C, D, these are the departments. A, B, C are the production departments and D and E are the service departments. So what is this information? This is additional information given to you. Basically, what is given is, what the purpose of this information is, this information will serve as the basis. This information will serve as basis of apportionment, right? So that means if direct material in the various departments is given, that what is direct material cost in department A, B, C, D and E. Similarly, direct wages. Similarly, the value of machinery installed in department A, B, C, D and E. What is the floor area in square feet for department A, B, C and D? See, all these will serve as the basis of apportionment. 2 parts are there. One is the overheads given to you. The second is the basis on which we are going to distribute that overheads, right? The upper part is the overheads that are given to you. The lower part is what? The bases, the various figures, the various bases given to you. Horsepower of machines 150, 50, 60, 35 and 5. Number of light points 50, 15, 10, 10, 5, 10. Labor hours are given to you, various. Okay, so this is what? All these are bases of apportionment. What you have to do is you have to prepare a statement of primary distribution. Now do one thing, just one simple thing. Do one simple exercise. Just pause the video here. I'll solve this question. Don't worry about it. Just pause the video here. Try to make a primary distribution sheet on your own. Right? What this will do is this will give you a good exercise of your brain, and you will gain the confidence if your answer is correct. I'll show you the answer. Don't worry about it. We are going to solve it. We are going to discuss it. Right? But this is what will give you a brain exercise. It will put pressure. You will put pressure on your brain. If you are going to see my solution directly, right, then that means you are not using your brain. You are using my brain. So it's better you use your brain first, right? Then see if your answer is correct or not. Pause the video right here and do it. Okay. So I hope everyone has done the primary distribution. Now let's see the solution of this. What is the first step, sir? What is the first step? Just tell me, what is the first step? The first step is that you have to take the direct cost of what? Of production department, sir. Am I right? No, sir. You have to take the direct cost of only and only service department. Now try to identify what is the direct cost of service department here. Indirect material? No, sir. All these are overheads. If they are overheads, they cannot be a direct cost. Direct material and direct wages. Yes, sir. Sir, value of machinery, is that a direct cost? No. Direct material, direct wages, as the name given, it is a direct cost. So the first step is direct cost of what? Only and only service department and no other department. Okay. So come to this. This is solution number 1 for you. This is solution number 1. So what is the first thing that I have done? I have taken the direct material and direct wages. I say allocated basis, right? 6,000 and 5,000. Similarly, direct wages 2,000 and 4,000. Sir, from here, I have marked it. So the first step is to take the direct cost of service department only. Second step, take the allocated overheads. Are there any allocated overheads? No, sir. There are no allocated overheads as such given in the question. We'll do the question where the allocated overheads will be there. Don't worry about it, right? Allocated overheads will be given to you directly, that these are the allocated overheads. Here in this question, there are no allocated overheads, so you can simply leave it. Coming to the absorption of overhead, the apportionment of overheads, not absorption, the apportionment of overheads. Now, what are the overheads? Sir, first overhead is indirect material. Now, check your notes. Check the handbooks, check your notes. How to distribute this indirect material of 15,000? On what basis we have to distribute this indirect material? Tell me. Sir, it is to be distributed in the ratio of direct material, and it is to be distributed between A, B, C, D and E. Right? Right, sir. So indirect material will be distributed in the basis of direct material, right? Total is 15,000. So it will be distributed in the ratio of what? It will be distributed in the ratio of, sir, what? Direct material. That is 20 is to 10 is to 19 is to 6 is to 5. So this is the ratio in which this is going to be distributed. So basically from here you will get the ratio in which the total cost of 15,000 is to be distributed. Right? So the following figures will come: 5,000, 2,500, 4,750, 1,500 and 1,250. Any doubts? Clear? Next one. Next is indirect wages of 10,000. Now what is going to be the base for this 10,000? So very simply, direct wages will be the base, that is 15, 15, 4, 2 and 4. Let's see. Sir, indirect wages on the basis of direct wages. Total is 10,000. It is distributed 3,750, 3,750, 1,500 and 1000. What is the ratio? 15,000, 15,000, 4,000, 2,000 and 4,000. So this is the ratio in which this 10,000 is to be distributed between various departments. Right? Next is depreciation of machinery. So depreciation of machinery is to be calculated on the basis of what? So simply on the basis of value of machinery. See, depreciation on machinery, value of machinery, total cost 25,000. It is to be distributed in this ratio. 60,000 is to 1 lakh is to 40,000 is to 25,000 is to 25,000. So this is the ratio in which it is to be distributed. Clear? Any doubts? No, sir. Depreciation of building. Sir, on what basis you will take the depreciation of building of 5,000? Sir, obviously, it will depend upon the floor area. That is why I explained you these things. I explained you factory building, right? Depreciation on what basis? Floor area. I told you that it is, although it is not an exhaustive list, but most of the overheads will revolve around this list. Okay. Right, sir. So depreciation of building on the basis of floor area. Let's see. Depreciation of building on the basis of floor area. Clear? Total is 5,000 and distributed in the ratio of floor area. Then rent, rates and taxes 10,000 again on the basis of floor area. Any doubt? Right? So rent, rates and taxes again on the basis of floor area. Total is 10,000 distributed in the ratio of floor area. After this, electric power for machinery. Be careful what it is given. It is saying electric power for machinery and there is electric power for lighting also. So electric power of machinery is to be taken on the basis of horsepower of machines. Right? That means how much electricity that machinery is going to consume will depend upon the capacity, will depend upon the power of that machine. Okay. So the basis is horsepower of machine. Let's see. Electric power for machine, horsepower. Total is 15,000 distributed in the ratio of horsepower. Next, electric power for lighting. It will depend upon number of light points. Number of light points. Electric power for lighting, light points. Total 5,000 distributed in this ratio. Okay, so this is the format in which you have to do. It is not important to put the lines in between and make tables. Don't waste time on that. Okay, you can do it without lines also. Next is journal expenses of 15,000. Now there is no as such specified criteria for journal expenses. So we have to take the best criteria, and out of this we have used material, wages, value, floor area, horsepower, number of light. What is left? Sir, labor hours. So we can distribute journal expenses on labor hours. So there is no fixed formula that on what basis you have to distribute journal expenses, right? I have given it here also. Wait. General or miscellaneous expenses. It can be on direct wages, it can be on labor hours, it can be on machine hours, anything subject to an explanatory note. Okay, so you can give a note here. It is not required in this question. It is very much evident that the labor hours has not been used, so we can distribute it on the basis of labor hours. You can distribute it on the basis of direct wages also, right? Machine hours are anyhow not given in this question, so we can't use that. Any doubt? Clear? So this is the basic question of primary distribution, that how you have to attempt the question of primary distribution in case you get a question. Although in examination you will not get a question only on primary distribution, but yes, this is the base for further questions, right? So if this base is well built, then you can do anything, sir. You can do wonders. Okay, so question number 1 is done. Yes, sir. Question number 1 is done. Coming to question number 2. The following data are obtained from the books of Light Engineering Company for the half year ended 30th of September. Calculate departmental overhead. Forget about it. Just do the just what you have to do is do the primary distribution. Okay, sir. What is given? We have 3 production departments A, B and C and 2 service department X and Y. Certain data is given, direct wages is given, direct material is given, number of employees working in each department is given, electricity in each department is given, light points is given, that how many switch points are there for the light, asset value is given, area occupied is given. So from this information you must have judged it. Now this is what? This is going to serve as basis of apportionment. This is going to serve as basis of apportionment. Isn't it? Okay, sir. Right. So this is going to be the basis of apportionment. The expenses for the 6 months are, expenses means the overheads for the 6 months are given. Store overheads 400, electric lighting 200, depreciation 6,000, journal overheads 10,000, motive power 1,500, labor welfare 3,000, repairs and maintenance, and rent and taxes. Sir, motive power is nothing but related to machinery only. I have given it here. Just see here. I've used this motive power. Right? Sir, that is why this list is important. Okay, so these are the various, forget about this part. We'll do it in the secondary distribution. It is a part of secondary distribution. We'll do it later on. Okay. Nothing to worry about it. We'll do it, but later on, sir. Right, sir. So what you have to do is you have to do the primary distribution. Again, we are going to follow the same steps. What? You have to pause the video and do it on your own. Yes, sir. We'll definitely do it, and then I will show you the solution. Okay, sir. Sir, what are stores overhead? Come to solution number 2. First step. What is the first step that you have to follow, sir? First step is solution number 2. What is the first step? First step is direct cost of service department. Sir, how can we forget that? So the first step is always going to be the direct cost of only and only service department and not production department. Then allocated overheads not given in this question, right? And what we have is allocated overheads are not given. Then we have to do the apportionment of overhead. What is stores overhead? Stores overhead is what is a store? Where we keep the raw material and everything, right? And any expenses related to the store, it can be distributed on what? It can be distributed on the basis of what? Sir, direct wages. Anything to do with the store? No, sir. Number of employees? No, sir. Electricity? No, sir. Light points? No, sir. Asset value? No, sir. Area occupied? No, sir. Then what is left? Direct material. I've given it here also, I think. Storeroom expenses. Okay, we missed out yesterday. Okay, storeroom expenses on the basis of direct material. Okay, because most of the material is being kept in the store, so it will depend upon that. Okay, so we can distribute it in the basis of direct material. Clear? Okay, sir. So store overhead in the direct material on the basis of direct material, then electric lighting on the basis of number of light points it is given. Now I'm going to quickly go through this question because you have got a fair idea on how to do the primary distribution, right? Then we have depreciation. Depreciation, if nothing is given, it is given only and only depreciation, then most of the times this depreciation is being charged on the what? Charged on what? Sir, obviously plant and machinery, right? Sir, can this depreciation be on the basis of area occupied if we say the depreciation of the building, right? But in most of the cases, the depreciation will be taken for plant and machinery. And if it is specified for building, then only take building. Okay. Or if you have not, if you are not given the asset value in the question, you are given area occupied, then you can take the depreciation for building. That's why I said these all have to be the reasonable basis. There is no hard and fast rule related to these bases. These all are the reasonable basis. Okay. So we have assumed that the depreciation is of plant and machinery, and that is why we have distributed it on the basis of asset value. Clear? General overheads, I can distribute it on direct wages, labor hours, machine hours, anything what is given, right? The labor hours is not given, machine hours is not given, so I can distribute it on the basis of direct wages. You can give a note also in, below this. Motive power related to machinery, right? Electricity, because related to machinery, nothing else is given. So electricity, kilowatt hour. Kilowatt hour means that this is the power being consumed by a machinery, the electricity power being consumed by machinery. So it has to be basis of electricity and not light points. Be careful with this. Okay, labor welfare. Labor welfare will obviously on the basis of number of employees. Here, where is labor welfare, sir? Employee welfare expenses on number of employees. Well done, sir. Repairs and maintenance. Repairs and maintenance on the basis of asset value. Why? Because the repairs and maintenance expenses will mostly be on plant and machinery. If specifically given for building, then take it for building, right? If the asset value is not given, but the floor area is given, then take it on the floor area, assuming that repairs and maintenance is for building, right? So when you are taking these kind of assumptions, you can give a note below the question, right? Rates and taxes, obviously, sir, floor area. So what you can do is, like for repairs and maintenance, you can give a note here, right? What can be the note that you can give? The note says that repairs and maintenance expenses, repair and maintenance expenses have been assumed to be, related to building, and therefore distributed on the basis of floor area, right? If you want to take it on floor area, here we have taken it on asset value. So you can give a note that repair and maintenance expenses have been assumed to be related to plant and machinery and therefore distributed on the basis of asset value, right? If you want to take it on building floor area, then this note will work. You can do that. That will not be the wrong answer. It might not match with the suggested of the institute, but nobody can give you 0 for that, because these all are reasonable assumptions. There is no hard and fast rule related to that. Clear? Okay, sir. So this is all about the primary distribution, that how you have to do the primary distribution. Is that clear? So we are done with the primary distribution with this. Nothing else to be done in the primary distribution. But yes, this is the base for secondary distribution. So it is very, very important for you people to understand it very clearly, that how to do primary distribution, what is primary distribution. Okay. So in the next lecture, what we are going to start with is the next topic, the next step, that is secondary distribution of overheads. One of the most important steps. After that, absorptions. Are every step you are saying important? Yes, because this chapter is the most important chapter. Right? So in the next lecture, we'll be starting with secondary distribution. So see you guys in the next lecture. Till then, stay safe, stay healthy. Thank you so much.